There we go. Makes a difference. Hello and welcome back to the farm. These aren't stacked up nicely anymore, are they? I don't know. We're gonna have to sort that out at some point. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a week. It's been a full week since I've been doing videos. I've been resting. That's what I was told to do by the doctors at the hospital. I was told to rest up for a week. I couldn't do anything. So I've been pretty much out of action for a week, but I'm feeling much better and I was really lucky, to be honest with you. I was very lucky. Let me just explain what happened. So obviously all I can remember was obviously there was a bad storm and there was you know, some lightning and the trees had come down, and Roman asked me to go and help him, so I did, and something happened to me. Now Roman's told me that basically lightning got really close, hit a tree, and a branch basically come and whacked me right in the head, so I've got a bit of concussion, so that's why I've been resting for the last week. But I am feeling much better, feeling back to myself. A lot of my memory of that night is coming back, so yeah, I just remember it was a really bad night. But I have looked back at the footage from my vlog and yeah, I've witnessed what happened. It's quite unclear what happened because obviously it was quite hard for me GoPro to record that, but yes, it was a strange night indeed. But I'm back to myself, I'm back on my feet, and I'm also ready to go and fix around the farm because a lot has happened. All these logs are kind of all over the shop now, so we need to tidy that up at some point, but we'll sell them. We may as well just go and sell them. I think Roman is actually here. He's actually texted me saying he's here. He has been on the farm every day that I've been out. He sent a few of his workers here to look after the animals for me. Yeah, so he has helped out so much, he really has. Well, let's just quickly speak to Roman, then I'll explain what's actually going on. Hi Roman, you okay? More importantly, how are you feeling? You feeling better? Are you back to yourself? Yeah, I'm fine now. Yeah, I've had my week off. I've had my week of rest and I'm feeling ready to obviously fix what's gone on around the farm. I mean, I don't know what's going on. There's a milk tanker over there. Did you sort that out? Yeah, well, one of the lads told me your milk tanker was damaged, so I decided to actually speak to the dairy and get them to come pick it up. You probably should have done that in the first place, to be honest, Croft. Yeah, you're probably right. I just didn't think I had a good enough volume for him to even be interested, to be honest. But yeah, I'm glad you've done that. I'll go and speak to him, see if I can arrange it as a permanent thing. I think it's a good idea. Roman, you don't have to keep coming down and sending your workers. I appreciate that you're doing that, but I am back to full health now. But I just want to thank you for that. I appreciate that while I was out. Scraft, I've told you, it's not a problem. I'm not going to go and repeat myself again. But you know I thanked you. You know I was grateful, and it's the least I can do. But if you insist, I'll tell the lads not to come down tomorrow. But if you need any help, just give me a ring, and I'll send them down. Yeah, thanks for the offer. I think I've got a handle of it all now. I just need to go around and probably have a look at what's going on. Right, well, I've got lots to do, so I'm going to get off. But remember, your truck is still up at that log cabin. You best go and get that at some point, mate. Yeah, I forgot about that. I best go get that. Alright, and see you in a bit, Roman. Cheers, mate. Bye. So you're probably wondering what's going on here. Well, unfortunately, the biggest piece of damage that we had to the farm was the silo fell over. It collapsed and it had a little bit of grain left in, which is what's fallen out, and also it's damaged the surrounding land. It really has. It came down with what seems to be a lot of force, so it's completely, yeah, there's no going back for that. That's it was already damaged. It looked like one of them was leaning, to be honest, and I did mention it in a previous vlog, but yeah, there's no going back now for that. So what I've had to do is I had to take out a loan. It's hard to tell somebody that's used to working every day that they need to rest for a week. So whilst I was in the house watching everyone else work on my farm, which was obviously really good of them, I'm highly grateful for that. But yeah, I sorted out this and arranged this, so all the contractors are all set up. I've already picked the silo that's coming in its place, but I have had to take a loan out of £50,000 to do that. On top as well, with the interest, it actually works out to be £65,000 now I owe on a loan, which I already owed £8,000 with the £50,000 on top and a bit of interest. We're sitting at around £65,000, but it had to be done. These things happen. It could have been a lot worse. I could have got seriously injured. It kind of made me realise that things like this, you've just got to ride them out, kind of adapt to them. So Yep, we've got a new silo coming. They're working on it now. It shouldn't take more than a month to get it all sorted out. They're obviously cleaning up the mess that's left, taking away the rubbish, and I know there's a big concrete slab going down, which is going to be the base for the new silo. So hopefully that'll happen soon. It'll look good. Yeah, and I can't wait. I'm actually pretty excited because we did need a new silo, so it's kind of forced our hand with that. So yeah, not too bad at all. Also, unfortunately, the silo landed on my mini baler, so I have taken that out this morning, and I'm having a look at it to see if there's any serious damage. It was flipped up, so that's why it's like that. So we will correct that with the forks, but there's a couple of other things that I need to do as well. Some really sad news as well. I lost some of the chickens. I don't know what happened. A fence went down. We have lost a few of the chickens, not all of them, just a few. One of the fence got damaged, which I've repaired now. But yeah, it's a shame because I don't know where they've gone. I don't even know how to find them. But these things happen, I guess. So, but we'll make sure that everything around is all fixed and in top shape. So if we do have a storm again, that won't happen. So he'll be leaving soon. He's actually been helping me out. This is one of Roman's workers and Roman's tractors. He has been feeding all my animals, which has been really good of him. Still need to go and sell that wood. We're going to do that today because we need to claw back some of this money. This shouldn't be there. Let me just move that. That obviously got flown out. In fact, I might sell this. Don't really need this anymore. I was thinking about a couple of things I could sell to try and get some of the money back that we're obviously going to have to fork out for this silo. But we've got a diesel tank now, so we really don't need this. So we might sell that. Everything else doesn't look like it's had serious damage. All the new sheds that I've put up hold. Yeah, the withstand the storm. They did pretty well. Bales, obviously the bales, yeah, they went flying around a bit. Some of them they just couldn't stand. Even though they were against the wall, obviously there was too much force. The wind, it blowed them over. I have been around the bales. There was only a couple that were slightly damaged, but I have taped them up, so nothing serious. They're all still good to use. Cows were absolutely fine, which was such a good relief. That was the first thing I was worried about, the cows, but they were fine. They got under shelter, and I think they were actually, you know, it didn't bother them too much, to be honest. So they're all happy, fully fed as well, like I mentioned. I'm gonna actually sell this now because obviously it's taken a good whack. I'll probably get not much money for it, but yeah, we're gonna have to get the forks on that as well to lift that up. But I think I sell that, and I might sell the little portable fuel tank that I had. Everything else I do need, but we can sell them when we sell the wood. We'll take them up and sell them. It makes sense. Anyway, let's just speak to the tanker driver, and we'll get his card or some phone number or some details to try and arrange this as a permanent thing. Excuse me, mate. Yeah, can I help you, mate? Yeah, I was just wondering if you had some contact details, mate, so I could actually arrange to set up some kind of schedule for you to come and pick up the milk. I think this is really helpful for you to do this, and obviously if you don't mind picking up a certain volume, that's helpful for me. I don't really get much. I haven't got that many cows, but I do nip up and sell the milk in my tanker there, but obviously that's slightly damaged now. So yeah, have you got anything like a card or anything, or a phone number? There you go. Just ring that number and they'll sort it out for you. And we pick up all volumes, mate. It doesn't matter if you've got a small amount coming through into your parlour. It doesn't matter. We'll pick it up for you. All right, and cheers, mate. Good to know. Another question, actually. How do we go about payment? Yeah, just ring that number, set up a payment, and they'll send it you over. Usually it goes out a couple of days after we pick up the milk. Ah, okay. Good to know. See you later, mate. Right, well that's good to know then. At least we got that sorted. So they'll come and pick up the milk quite regular. I guess we can set up, when I phone them up, some kind of schedule. I'm trying to think when the best time is. We don't want it sitting in the tank too much, so we might do it maybe twice a week. Because we don't get that much, so maybe twice a week's a good shout. Bit of a tight squeeze, but he can make it. He did also tell me that he's picked up 10,000 litres, which is pretty good going, so we'll have to see in a day's time what kind of money we get. But at least that's done. That's going to be helpful, that is. Right, so I think what we're going to have to do now is we're going to go and sell the wood. I think we need to start doing that, and then I might clean up a few things, get the forks out, maybe on the telehandler, pick up this, get it attached to something, go sell it. And also today I need to go up to Vernon's and actually see the state of the tractor. He's had a week now to look at it, so hopefully he knows what the problem is. You never know, it could have been fixed, but we'll find out. But let's crack on with this. Right, so I think we need to just go and get the Zeus for this. I think that's the best shout to look at. Is that guy just gone? Alright, so it looks like Roman's work has gone, so well, it's just us now. At least we can crack on with everything. But yeah, I think the Zeus is the best shout for this. Probably going to have to obviously take the truck as well that I've got. That's full, so hopefully we'll get some good money for this. And then I'll sort the mess out after. I'm not going to do the bales yet. The bales are fine, but just doesn't look good. Kind of drives me insane that they were nicely stacked and now they're all over the shop. Oh, it looks like it's raining again. Just what we need. That actually reminds me, I have been checking the weather. And we're getting some strange weather at the moment. It's going to be difficult to harvest this year. I don't even think we'll get a chance to do hay. We might get a gap. But the forecast for the next 2 weeks is a lot of rain. So we're having a really hot summer, and that's the problem. And we're obviously getting some bad thunderstorms because of that. So yeah, we need to keep an eye on that, because I think it's going to make things difficult for us. But the plan is to obviously still do all the harvesting and fertilising on Earl's field, but we can't do it when it rains because our tractor will just completely damage the crop. So yeah, we need to keep an eye on things, we really do, and find and as soon as we get the chance as well, we need to take it. But I can expect a lot more rain to come, but I'm confident that we'll get the harvesting done. I mean, if you look in the distance there, you can see the canola in Roman's field coming up really nice. It makes you realise how big that field is and how much work it's going to be for him. But I think we need to focus on our farm at the moment, obviously with the new solar going up, and our fields, and we've made a commitment to Earl, so we best obviously honour that commitment. So if Roman does ask for any help, we're going to have to turn him down at the moment, even though we could do with the money, but we have to prioritise what comes first. But that's not obviously forever. If we can get everything sorted, we can look at doing something. Right, so let's just go speak to the guy working here, and then we'll let him know there's another load coming as well. Right, so they did well then. I got 11,430 for that, and that's pretty impressive. So the other load and the rest of the wood should give us a good amount of money. It really should. So we'll get back, I'll get into the truck, and then I'll come and take that load, and we'll see what money we get for that. Obviously doing the logs that are all a mess now, out by the side of the house, we'll leave them. I want to really try and clean up the yard if possible, and then if this rain dies down later on, we'll go straight up and fertilise that field, because I wanted to do that about 2 weeks ago. Right, so it's getting pretty muddy again. I've just parked up the bale trailer there, we don't need that now. It's so muddy on the ground from all the rain, it's getting really difficult to drive over it, and that's the reason why we can't obviously spread any fertiliser whilst it's this wet, because we are going to do some serious damage. I mean, look at that now. Look at all that mud that's splattered up. We do with cleaning that. Right, let's get in the truck. I remember that night, I honestly felt like this was going to fall over. The wind. It really didn't like the wind. I think this is the first time I've properly driven this truck since it's been serviced. least the wipers work. So we'd be lost without them at the moment. There we go. Right. While they're unloading it, I might actually have a look at the weather and see if we've got a gap coming. Fingers crossed we have. Right, so we got 3,800 for that. Again, that's not too bad because they were like small chunks, whereas the other load was quite long. Right, so I have actually looked at the weather. It's getting worse actually, this rain. I have actually looked at the weather though, and at about 3 o'clock it should be stopping, and then it says it's not going to rain for the next 2 days, but hopefully that won't change, because if we need it really to stay at that. But you never know, it might get better. I mean, I'm being optimistic here, but I'm just going to say it's going to hopefully get better. I mean, 2 days is good, but we really need more than that probably to do all the work. Gap of 2 days is going to be difficult for me to fit everything in, because there is a lot to do, it really is. But if we go and clean the yard the best we can, wait till about 3 o'clock, see if it stops raining, and then we could wait a couple hours. Hopefully the ground will dry out a little bit, and we'll go and test to see if we can do some spreading. If we can, bonus. If we can't, well, I'll be honest, I didn't expect to anyway, so it's not an issue. I'm just trying to think where to park this. I think this should be fine here. There we go. I'll tell you one thing though, I've had enough of the rain, I've had enough of getting drenched. Right, so let's go and get hooked up to... Let's get this trailer out. And we'll get some of this equipment off, because it has been sitting on there for a while now. Right, so I've actually made a really big area. I'm going to have to see if the dealership will take them two back, because I've bought them with the wrong connection, so that's not very good at all. So let's strap them back up, we'll put them away, and we're going to have to take them at some point. Not the best thing in the world, that isn't. But we can swap them out. I mean, we haven't used them, so they're pretty good at the dealership. If I say to them I've got the wrong connection, I mean, it might be their fault. I'm sure I asked for the right one, so maybe they got it wrong, but I'm not going to say they did if I don't know they did. So probably us. We'll park it up, because again, obviously everything's getting soaked. I need to take that TMR mixer under cover as well, because the feed in there is getting soaked, and I don't want it to go to waste. It probably has, but yeah, we may as well move it now, and then if it hasn't, we'll find out. The cows will tell us. If they eat it, you know it's alright. If they don't, well, we'll have to chuck it away and make some fresh. We'll just have to stick it in the manure pile and add it to the box muck. There we go, that should do. It's really coming down. It's not as bad as that night. Definitely not. Right, so we'll have to use the fence. Was that a bit of thunder? Bit of lightning? I hope not. I've had enough of lightning now, I really have. Alright, so where did I put the pallet fork? I think it's in here, but let me just have a quick look. I think it is. Yep, it's there. Now hopefully we'll get this up without doing any added damage to it, because we do want to sell it. If we can't, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's had its day anyway. Oh, that was simple. Straightforward enough. Probably a few scratches, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Let's just quickly add this to the pile of box muck. Yeah, it doesn't even stay on the fork. It's that sodden. Right, so I think we've done most of what we wanted to do. We obviously found out that we need to go and get some different attachments and swap them out. Hopefully it won't cost us any extra. I doubt it will. They're pretty good. These are obviously stopped working. I don't blame them. We can't pick that up. We need to do that at some point. Let's check on the chickens. Yeah, they're alright. The boxes are flown about inside, so we need to probably pick them up at some point. Tidy everything up. But it's coming along. It's looking better than what it did, so I'm happy. I really am. Apart from the fact there's a silo busted. But we're getting that fixed, and I think it'll look better than it did before in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside. I'm going to see what when the rain stops. Then we'll come back out. And I'll either go and get my truck, because I need to do that at some point, or we'll go up to Earl's. It really just depends what the weather's like. I think I might grab some to eat and just watch a bit of TV. Wow, that's a lot better. Okay, so it stopped raining about 3 o'clock. I've left it 2 hours. And the ground seems a lot better, and obviously the weather's better, so we can probably try and go up to Earl's and test the field out just to see if it's okay to obviously spread some fertiliser. We really need to do that. But I still think we might have the chance to go up to Vernon's straight after we're done. And that's the plan anyway. We'll see what time it is, but I think we'll have enough time. We need to get something done. This weather has really hindered me from doing anything, so I think it's a good chance to at least get something done. So we'll drop the front loader off. I'm going to also drop the rear weight off. I think this tractor will be perfect for going in that field. It's a lot lighter. I haven't got narrow tyres, but they are narrow compared to the New Holland and obviously the Ursus. So yeah, this is pretty much our best bet. There we go. Take the triangle off. Job's a good one. Right, so let's go get hooked up to the fertiliser. It's actually been a while since I've done any fertilising, so I don't really know exactly what amount we've got in there. I think we've got some left. It might actually have herbicide in, thinking about it. But there is only one way to find out. There we go. Getting a tight squeeze in there. Yeah, so we've got herbicide, so I'm going to have to empty this out first. And what I'll do is I'll go up to the shed up here where I keep my fertiliser. I'll empty it out and I'll swap it over. The fertiliser I'll be using is the one that Earl bought. He bought it just for that field, so there's no point in me using any of my own, even though I haven't got any liquid fertiliser. If I remember, I've got herbicide and solid fert, but no liquid. Right, that should do. Right, I'll quickly just empty this. Shouldn't take me too long. Right, so I'm just quickly cleaning it off. I've cleaned inside. I emptied the herbicide back into the IBC. I'm now just cleaning it off on the outside as well. I thought it made sense to do whilst I cleaned it inside. Couldn't have, like, you know, just any leftover of the herbicide inside the tank. Especially if we're going to put some fertiliser on the ground. Wouldn't have been a good idea. But I think that's looking alright now. Probably the best it's looked in a long time. Right, so let's crack on. So when we get up there, we'll fill it up with the fertiliser that Earl bought. Shouldn't take too long, really. Weather's a lot better. It's nice to see a bit of sun in the sky. Because it has been an absolutely mental last 2 weeks. I can't remember the last time I just sat down and did nothing for a week. I'll be honest, I didn't enjoy it at all. And I just knew there was so much to do. And when you sit around knowing that you've got a lot to do, yeah, it's not the best thing in the world. I'm just trying to remember where the actual IBC was, because it might be blocked. That's going to be tricky, but we can get there. We won't tell Earl we're here. He'll know what we're doing. He's pretty used to us coming now, but we'll crack on with it. He'll see us out the window anyway. If he wants to come out and say hello to us, he can. If not, we'll just crack on with it to get it done. There we go. Perfect. Might have nudged the IBC, but it should be fine. Right, so I'll quickly just fill up and then we'll get on with it. Right, so it's taken quite a lot. It's nearly empty. Just like the herbicide. It's coming new, sad as. Right. Let's see if we can get back out of here. Yeah, easy. Easy enough. So the first thing I'll do is I'll test the ground first just to see if we're doing any damage. We don't want to be doing any damage obviously, but we best test it just in case. Alright, looks like it's okay so far. But let's just get out and have a look. Yeah, it seems fine. Seems like it's strong enough to hold the weight of the tractor on the sprayer, so we'll crack on with it. And what I'll do is I'll throw my drone up, get some nice aerial shots as I'm going along.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. All the feelings that we shared are in the past. Your relationships are never meant to last.
Right, so there we go. All the fields fertilised. Pretty good going. I did notice that there was some weeds on there, so we're going to have to come up maybe in a week's time. Let the fertiliser bed in to the ground, and then we'll come back. We're also probably going to have to do it on all my fields as well. They definitely have got a few weeds in. I've seen them, so we're going to have to spread some herbicide and fertiliser. I haven't done any fertilising of that yet, so yeah, it's something we need to do. And that's all fields as well, so all 4 fields. Yeah, 2 of them are small, but still a lot of work. Pretty much got 4 fields to spread fertiliser on. At least if we can do that twice, that'll be good. And then we've got to obviously put some herbicide on. But I think if we target herbicide just the once, obviously, and then fertiliser the once, I think that's the best we can ask for. Anything else is a bonus. Right, so I'm just going to go to Vernon. I'm going to check on my tractor, see if we can get an update on that. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it didn't sound good, so it's probably going to cost me a bit of money. Well, he must have had a look at it because he's put it up on the ramp, but it's not down, obviously, from the ramp, so which tells me that it's not fixed. But hopefully he's at least found what the issue was, or is. So then we can have an idea of how long it's going to be. Anyway, let's just check, see what the problem is. Hopefully, like I said, it's not too bad. Hi Vernon, I've just popped in just to see if you got an update for me on the New Holland. I thought you forgot about it. It's been here a week. I should charge you parking. Anyway, your fuel system's shot completely. It's going to cost £2,000. I've ordered the parts in. It should come in the next few days. So give it till the end of the week and I'll have it sorted for you. Well, at least you found the problem, but £2,000, that's a lot more than what I expected. But if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. You wouldn't mind coming down to my farm in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks before I do my harvest, just to service the harvester. It hasn't been done in a while, and I think it'd be a good idea to give it a service before I use it, because I have used it now probably 3 times now. So yeah, it's definitely due for one. And if you got an idea of how much of that would cost, just give me a few days and I'll pop down. Well, harvester parts are pretty expensive, so I'd say you're looking at around £1,000. So I'd say about £3,000 is what you're going to owe me at the end of this. Alright, well, as soon as my tractor's fixed and you come down, I'll pay it you all in one go. Okay, mate, well, I'm going to shoot anyway. See you in a bit. Right, so £2,000 for the tractor fuel system, he said. Which probably makes sense why the power died on it. If it's not getting enough fuel. That's why the power died on it, struggled to start. I don't know. I'm guessing that could be it. But he says it's fuel system, it must be fuel system. He does know his stuff. He might be one miserable guy, but he does know his stuff. And I thought it'd be a good idea to get and come down and service the harvester, because it is quite old. And if we lost that, we would be stuck. And I don't know if I could afford renting one of them out, because they are expensive. And if I had to do it, it would, at least skimp me out. So if we can get it serviced, then that'll obviously make it last a lot longer, and we should avoid having any problems. So I'm just trying to think ahead. I don't want any more issues like I've had with the New Holland. But overall, it's not been bad. We've done the fertilising, which I've been waiting to do for a while, so that's that done. Cleaned up the yard, which was important to do as well. And you could see the positive in this. We're going to get a new silo, which we did need, to be honest, because as you can see from what happened, one big storm obviously destroyed it because it was damaged already. But I think I'm going to leave the vlog there. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.